Ascended Master Lao Tzu. On the Energies. Jenny Schitz. January 5, 2023, via email. Advice from Ascended Master Lao Tzu. I recently had a dream with the Ascended Master Lao Tzu. The first time I dreamed of him was in 2014, and he has come in during various times of my journey since then to impart wisdom. In my dream, we walked side by side and came up to a bridge. Looking out from the bridge, I could see a river turning into a waterfall. The water in the center of the river was fast moving. Off to the sides, there were lotus flowers and lily pads. Lao Tzu says to me that the only way the flowers on the edges stay is because they are outside the fast-moving stream and rooted deeply in the soil. Without that anchoring, they will find that they are pulled into the river. He then showed me that the river is growing wider. The current is growing in volume and intensity. I watched as some of the lotus flowers that were once secure were ripped away and sent down the river. He explained that if the flowers on the edges are not anchored enough, they will find themselves uprooted by the current. I knew that the river represented the incoming energy. He said that it is vitally important that people are anchored into their bodies, into the earth, and their present moments. He explained that if they exist only in their minds, not their hearts, they will find themselves dragged and whipped around with the intensifying energy. I asked him how we could best ground. He smiled and said, "You have heard the expression, before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water." Do you understand why this was said? On the base level, one must continue to provide for themselves sustenance and warmth no matter their spiritual development. At a much deeper level, it is the act of doing that provides the greatest grounding. One must stay anchored into the act of living and being on earth. It is recommended that people anchor themselves very strongly in the coming times, as the current is increasing in ferocity and depth. With this, he touched my shoulder, smiled at me, and I awoke. This year promises to be very intense and activating. We will find ourselves tested physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually. It will also be a year when we can create a strong foundation for our dreams and visions. We must be grounded to make it through the energies in one piece and create the world we want going forward. We need to be so anchored into ourselves and the earth that the raging energy and the chaos of the collective do not uproot us and drag us into this whirl. Creating a routine, engaging in physical activity, and practicing presence are ways we can ground further into ourselves besides the normal ways we ground via time spent in nature, breath work, and earthing. One thing to keep in mind when creating a grounding practice: create something that can be done anywhere and at any time, something that can never be taken from you if you don't have supplies or if you are stuck in one location. Creating something fast, like a mantra that brings you back to presence, breathing from the heart chakra, or humming to adjust your frequency, is also helpful. Having multiple practices is great, ones for when you have lots of time and quiet, ones that require you to be outdoors and ones that can be done in a pinch, anywhere and at any time. When I feel into the energy of 2024, I can see where it can easily become overwhelming, and we can check out, going further into distractions and numbing behaviors. Yet, by checking out and not being focused, we may find that the overwhelm becomes too much, and we become dragged into the current. Creating a practice now and sticking to it will be very helpful. Sending you lots of love, Jenny.